If we just trying to say it's not just one thing, bro. Like, don't ever think you have to do this or have to do this, or just cause this guy's doing this, you have to do it. No, bro. You can go any route you want to do. Mm-hmm. Just make sure you're consistent with it, bro.
Yo, man, you already know what it is, baby. It's that. Yes, sir. J.U. and Kingmeechyyy, man. J.U. and Kingmeechyyy in the building, man. Another beautiful week, man. Last week of March, my boy's birthday this week, man.
Hey, yeah.
Finna turn up. How you feeling, man?
Man, I feel great. Like you said, it's my birth month, man. I can't not feel great.
Facts.
Simple as that. And this is the last week of March, man. Make sure y'all finishing all y'all goals for this month, man. Like,
facts. Man, it's the month strong.
Hell
man.
yeah.
Spring just started. It be summer before you know it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
better get that summer body right.
Facts. If you got body goals, you need to get on that shit. You ain't got much time. You really should have been on it because, you know what I'm saying? Stay ready so you don't got to get ready. But, hey, if you trying to get summer right, you better get in the gym ASAP.
Definitely. Like, really, you shouldn't have started yesterday.
Your diet going to be the biggest weight loss for you. You know what I'm saying?
Literally. I feel like since you just brought it up, like that's the biggest thing. It don't even matter how much you're exercising. Like if you just eat better, you'll just start losing weight.
Facts.
But we gonna get right into this thing. Not one of the biggest waste of times, but biggest waste of energies. Messing with girls you know you're not gonna date or even take seriously for that matter.
Mm-hmm. I think as far as like messing with girls that like you know you're not gonna take seriously, I think that's something like you kind of. Like once you hit like your mid-20s, like your early to mid-20s, that's when you gotta kind of start taking stuff seriously. You're probably out of high school, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, you graduate on time. You're probably about to be out of college, so it's like when you're young, you're not really gonna be taking like every single interaction and relationship too seriously, as you shouldn't. As a young dude, you should be more so focusing on yourself. And we've long gone past the time where like the life expectancies was like 40, 50, 60 years old and dudes was getting in arranged marriages at 18 and stuff like that. Of course, back then, like, yeah, at a younger age, you did have to take it more seriously because it was a big, important thing. You were going to be married for the rest of your life, probably, to whoever you chose or whoever your parents gave to you. Nowadays, when you're young, most guys are going to fuck around, but you should work on yourself. As you get older, it becomes more and more imperative to understand, like, a lot of the girls that you're going to mess with and come across with you on your daily, especially when you're not the highest version of yourself, they're going to be somewhat of a waste of time.
That is very so true. And really, it just depends on how you want to live your life, man. Simple as that. Like, you know for a fact that the girls you're getting now, they're probably not going to be your wife. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, especially in high school, like, we know, like, like, the neighborhood thought, like, you shouldn't be trying to wife that. You might hit it. You might have a little fun. But, like, I'm not taking her seriously.
Facts.
So I feel like as men, we need to get to the point where we're just not wasting our energy so, like, abundantly. Because if you know you're not finna mess with this girl, like, keep it like that. Like, my biggest point, don't be getting into these situationships with these women that you know you're not gonna take seriously.
Because I've said probably like 10 episodes ago when we were talking about situationships. Like I said, like they are a big waste. They're the biggest waste of time because usually they're either like a one-sided or that it's basically just about sex and then it's like feelings get mixed up and involved, and it's like usually during a situationship, neither one of you are going to be the most loyal to each other, which that kind of fucks shit up for there even to be a future because now because when you're in a situationship, you're kind of expecting loyalty out of a certain person, even if that's not it wasn't spoken on or something like that. It's just kind of like something that's supposed to be understood, but then when unloyalty happens, they always got an excuse because y'all were in a situation where y'all not really together, and then you feel like, damn, I can't. You can't have the same standards and boundaries you would for an actual relationship, basically.
That is very so true. I feel like that's everyone's number one go to. Oh, we wasn't dating. We wasn't dating, so it's okay. But you knew you was fucking with that person.
Yeah. And it's like you knew doing whatever you did would probably hurt this person's emotions, and that's why we like to say, hey, stay away from the situationships, but also know that if you're a young dude, you just got out of college, or you're in college, you're meeting girls in bars, clubs, parties, these type of places, or just like around campus and stuff like that. You gotta understand, like, these probably aren't gonna be the best girl for you, or maybe she might be, but 9 times out of 10, if she's in school too, or she's in the clubs and bars, she's not the best version of herself. I'm saying, and it's
Exactly.
like, I don't know how much a woman can actually go back into the best version of herself, because we hold their value on their purity. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she can start eating better and become more holistically, but really, girls, I don't feel like the only reason why they really need self-improvement, I was thinking about this shit the other day, is because the normal has changed for them. What I mean by that is, okay, so back in the day, like, say, boom, we in Africa, we in tribalism, all the women, they're pretty much in shape, they pretty much eat healthy already and stuff, like, that's just normal for them.
Definitely.
But the women of today have regressed from that to where they eat a lot of processed stuff, and a lot of them are out of shape. So now it's like self-improvement is getting back to that normal of the old for them. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. I totally agree with that. But just to kick it back a few meters, because you said like where you meet these girls at, I feel like that's a big one. Because if you're meeting this girl in a bar or a club, anywhere other than a damn bookstore, for real, if you ask me, like, it might not be the best. It just probably won't be the best woman for you.
Even the one in the bookstore, to be honest, because you do have those, like, she like, bookstore that screams like, okay, she might be educated, and sometimes if the joint is too educated, it leads her to want to be that independent boss bitch type. But I know what you're saying, versus like just the ones that frequent the club versus the ones that frequent better places.
Exactly, and I feel like that's a big one. So if you meet her in these places that you know, like, really that she shouldn't be, or it's a place where a lot of single people go to like have fun, that's not the best place. That's not the wife you want to have. Mm-hmm. Like, no, I feel like nobody wants a wife that's literally partied her whole 20s, because she got fucked, bro. She's been fucked. She's been through too much shit. Probably got emotional damage for her previous 3 people that she's been with.
Only a simp and a dude that doesn't know no better is gonna accept that. You know, like Hugh Hefner, how he used to have like the Playboy show. Mm-hmm. I seen like one of he had like 3 girlfriends on his show. One of his girlfriends that was on his show, she got a husband and kid now. Now I'm saying, and it's like he's got that woman after, and of course he knows about her past and all that. But to me, he just don't know no better and doesn't understand like how that stuff that she's done in the past is probably affecting their current relationship.
Exactly. And I feel like to those of you that say they don't care about a woman's past, you're fucking lying too. If you're not lying, you should. Because literally a woman's past let you know so much about her. Simple as that. If she had so many different experiences, she's literally going to be guarded. Like, she's going to be guarded. Like, her heart, like, you know, you have experienced a heartbreak before, have you?
Yeah. Like,
you're never the same after that.
Yeah, you're not. And that's the thing about like those type of women, and like a dude that might say like, oh, they don't care about her past. Like, if he doesn't, then I think that's a lack of self-respect for himself there.
Oh, definitely.
It's like you should want the best for yourself if you really like love yourself and you really respect yourself. To me, like, that's how I feel. Someone else might be listening to, no, I love myself and I still wife a thought or like you're probably on drugs or something. That's the reason like why you bond with those type of women. Y'all probably do the same type of drugs together. Or you just got a lot of emotional damage. You might have been touched, but I would tell you, like, if you like hoes and you want to cuff hoes and you feel like it's okay to tell other men to do, then you probably need to go get some help, like real help, like talk to somebody type shit.
Definitely, because you are part of the problem. I'm not gonna lie, you are part of the problem, because it's not good. Because let's say even if she doesn't cheat on you necessarily, she's not gonna be that same girl that she was when she was like in like earlier in her life, how like open she was to love, things of that nature.
Yeah, exactly. Then you pipe in an empty hallway. I mean, like
literally, and that's just the physical. Like, that's just the that's the straight physical.
Exactly, but that is just the physical, and the the bigger part is the more so emotionally part and the influence this is gonna have on your kids and your bloodline throughout the future. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something like a lot of dudes don't think about. I seen Money Man tweet. He was like, he ain't fucking with no shorty if she got like if like her brother or her dad is like a bitch ass nigga type, like, or like weak or whatever, like cause like that he said it might pass on to his kid. Like I think like you can stop some of that from passing on to your kid, but if it's in your woman's DNA to be like just a weak person, then hey, it might do transfer to your kids.
It definitely will, and you gotta watch like her family too, like her dad, her mom. See how they bond together, cause that's what she grew up seeing. So if she grew up seeing that, that's literally gonna be her go-to. That's gonna be her nature.
It's really an adult thought to even understand that. Yeah, my parents' relationship wasn't perfect. You know what I'm saying, like even if they are still together and been together the whole time, I'm pretty sure it's somewhere you can look and understand like. Yeah, my relationship wasn't perfect, but maybe it was good in these type of ways. Let me take these good things out and all the bad shit I learned, the yelling, the arguing, the screaming, the physical violence, anything you learn bad, just you gotta put that shit to the side.
Exactly, but that takes time and that takes self-reflection. Like most people, they can't do that. They're not there yet. So like, and these are just qualities that good women are gonna have. Like the ones that's not in the bars, because I promise you, the ones that's in the bars, she might see how her parents' relationship was fucked up, but she wouldn't know how to change it. She wouldn't know how to change it.
The way she deals with when she even has those thoughts is let's just go take a shot. I'm getting sad, I'm getting depressed, I need a shot. I need this, I need to go do these drugs, or I need to go be around these dudes. Because, come on now, like, people say, oh, they going out. Like, there's plenty of things you can do to have fun. Girls are going to the club because they want attention from niggas, and niggas is going to the club because they want to fuck and they're horny and want to fuck girls. So.
Definitely. And to be honest, when you really like take it back, the club is really not that fun, bro. Like it's really not. Like if you just take a step back and like think about what you're really doing in the club.
On a spiritual level, like it's lit. Like it's very, very just demonic energies going around. Like, and to me, I compare it to like how certain different groups of people, they have like rituals and stuff that include music and dancing, and it could be positive rituals or negative. But like the ones that's in the club, like I was with this I was with my girl and we was somewhere I won't go too much into detail, but we was somewhere with an elder there, and the elder is like really, really religious, really strong religious, and someone had offered the elder a shot. She like, nah, spirits in them bottles, but everybody like laughing and playing, but she's dead ass serious when she's talking about that shit.
Definitely, and that's factual. So like, no, that's why we're saying the places, yeah. And not saying we've never been to a club. I'm not even saying that. Like,
I ain't even telling you not to go. You be aware of what's going on.
Literally, that's all we're really trying to say. Be aware, like, know what you getting into, like, and you gotta know, like, you're coming in contact with a lot of different shit, like a lot of different spirits, negative energies. That's why we're saying, like, meeting this person in the club, like, it's really about to be two negative energies just mixing. Like, that shit not good.
And everything feels good because it's euphoric, you're drunk, and everything in the moment feels so good until you wake up and realize you don't give a fuck about this person, and you done wasted your time, your body, your money, you did a whole bunch of extra shit that you wouldn't have did after the club. So now you tired as a bitch the next day. You come to realize over time that a lot of it's not worth it. It's just meaningless, and definitely like just the topic is more so like knowing that these things are a waste of time, and like hopefully if you're smart, you will save yourself and just focus on yourself as a man until like the woman are coming after you. You don't have to go to these clubs.
Exactly.
And also like clubs, that can be like a wide range of things, but most of them are gonna have raunchy music and some type of drugs or alcohol involved, and people doing aggressive behaviors. Now that can be worse in different places depending on where you're going. Cause I ain't gonna lie, there's a club full of black people, and we in a United States city. I'm gonna be assuming that niggas got guns or guns is nearby. But if I'm going to a club like when I was over in Hawaii and mostly Asians and stuff like that in there, I'm not like I'm pretty sure some of them probably strapped up outside, you know. But it's just the air is just a little different. It's like
Definitely.
I don't feel as on edge in those places.
Definitely. And I feel like that's another thing. You shouldn't go to places you feel on edge at. Mm-hmm. Like, simple as that. Like, or if you feel like a prime example, like, it was a day party. It was a darty. Bitch got shot up.
On over the weekend?
Yes.
I seen the video of people running from that.
Literally. It was funny. It was so funny that it happened. And mind you, I wasn't drinking or nothing. I had some business there. But like, it was simple. Like, this girl got jumped there. Like, it was just like, that's another thing. And this is a serious matter. If your friends are fighting and you don't fight with your friends, that's kind of messed up. I ain't gonna lie. Mm-hmm. Like, if you came here with someone and you seen that person get jumped and you just let your friend get jumped, you're a horrible friend. Simple as that.
A lot of people, they big talking. I done seen that a lot with girls though. Like it was actually a joint I was dating. She got jumped because she was like the girls that was beating up for a fight, and the girls that was with the girls dating at the time. She was literally they were saying like, yeah, we gonna fuck them bitches up. We gonna do this. Literally, when them girls pulled up, only the one I was dating at the time was fighting them. Like the other two, they're like just stuck in shock and just watching. I'm trying to record and I'm pushing the Jones. I'm like, what you doing? You said you was with the shits. Like, you said you was with the shits. What are y'all doing? Like, they just standing there. And after the situation, it was basically 2-on-1. Two girls fighting the girl I was dating at the time. And literally the other two that was with the girls, they went back to school and told people that they was fighting. Like, literally, they went to school, told people that they was fighting and it was beating bitches up and all this shit. Like, no, y'all was just standing there scared for y'all. Like,
exactly. Like, and I feel like that's one of the worst things that can happen. Like, you see one of your friends getting beat up and you just stand there. That shit. Or you run away. That's literally what happened. This girl, they started beating this girl ass. One girl got punched. All right, Team A and Team B. Team A, at least like 2 girls. Team B is like 4, maybe 3. Mm-hmm. One girl got punched on Team A. She walked off. She walked away. As she got hit one time, she was done. Damn. Left her other teammate, Team A, to get beat up.
This shit real.
Literally, that's what happened. This shit real. Fuck that. And at that point, you get hit one time and you just done. Like, fuck no. You really got to get back down, because once you hit me once, we're fighting now. Like, we gotta fight. Simple as that. And when it comes down to more of the dating scene, like dealing with these women, like women love to say, oh, if you can't handle a bad bitch, don't date a bad bitch. You heard that before, right?
Yeah. Now, you're more so talking like, we're not talking about the girls that's saying like, oh, I need a nigga that can handle me, right? We're talking about the ones that are saying like, what comes with being with a bad one, right?
Definitely.
And to me, it's like some of it has credence, some of it doesn't. A lot of things, like, because when a woman is saying that, usually it's talking about, they're usually talking about where the places they're going and the energies they're attracting and the type of stuff they're wearing, you know what I'm saying? Rather than me, when, like, I'll say, like, if you have a woman, like, and she looks good and she has things going for herself, there is gonna be certain things like you want, like not saying you got a girl with like a huge ass, not saying like you're gonna have to deal with niggas looking at the ass, and not saying like that's just what it is. Like you understand that's what come with it, but any woman that look good and have somewhat of a body, you're gonna have to deal with other niggas looking at your girl. Now I'm saying from time to time, like that's just kind of what it is. Now me, I like as far as like what I would tell you guys to. When you do have a girl that looks good, now it's a difference between her just getting energy, like say, oh, she walks outside, she just going to the store, mind her business. Then your girl trying to get energy and attention from dudes, like, oh, she's wearing this skimpy outfit, and she's going to the club, and then she's posting, twerking on Instagram and all that stuff. Like, no, don't deal with that shit. You got a hoe. That's not even a bad bitch. bitch. You're dealing with a hoe, and that's what you gotta understand. Though, when you're dealing with when a girl says, "Oh, you need to understand what you did when you're dealing with a bad bitch," she means hoe. Just put hoe in that word. And like so if you're dealing with a hoe, you do have to deal with the fact that she's gonna wear skimpy clothes and she might be replying to niggas' DMs and shit like that. But if you're dealing with a good woman, it's gonna be a different set of requirements.
It definitely will, and that's literally it. I don't know, somewhere it got misconstrued, like between dealing with a beautiful woman and dealing with a hoe. Like,
yeah,
like
see, it's like for women, it's the same thing. Like they feel like a lot of women, they feel like, oh, those are the same thing. If I look good, I'm a bad bitch, and these are what other quote unquote bad bitches doing. I'm watching the Jada Waiters and the Aries and all that stuff, and I see them. Oh, I see them wearing makeup every day. I see them wearing weed. I see them going out and twerking in clubs, and I see them posting in skimpy outfits. I'm seeing this and that and the third. And sometimes rappers will put up with that, whether it's because the relationship look good on the shade room and helps their career, or they just a fucking simp that never had a good looking woman before in their life, and now they don't think that they should have to accept whatever she's doing. And I'm saying, to me, you don't have to accept none of that shit. And when you do have a good woman, she looks good. Like I said, niggas gonna be looking at her type shit.
exactly.
But it shouldn't, like, that's the most you should have to deal with. And of course, like, if she's in certain places, like, a nigga might pull up on her in the fucking grocery store. But if you have a good woman, that's not something, like, you shouldn't have to, like, even a dude looking at her, like, a good woman, she's gonna, even the energy she's attracting is not what she's entertaining. You know what I'm saying? She's only worried about entertaining you.
Exactly. And I feel like that's what it's all about. Like, she shouldn't be dressing provocative. Dressing provocative, that's hoe. That's being whore. That's being whore. Being a beautiful woman, you might get, I feel like having a beautiful woman is just, having a beautiful woman, it's just not being insecure. Like, you can't be insecure if someone pulls up on her, because that's possibly gonna happen. Like, dudes don't care nowadays.
Yeah.
But when it comes to her being a whore, she shouldn't be dressing in provocative ways, like wearing skirts that's attracting this attention. Mm-hmm. Like, if she's just in a regular outfit but she's just beautiful, yeah, a dude might come up to her, and she should carry the fuck out that nigga. Like,
she should be carrying that nigga. She shouldn't be entertaining it at all. If that's how she carries herself, then you got a beautiful woman that's also a good woman.
Exactly. Like, and if she posts a picture on the Instagram, not a provocative picture, just a picture, and like dudes sliding up, commenting, sliding her DMs, like, it should just be a non-answer type thing. If she responds, red flag. But literally, like, so that's what it's called, like, having a beautiful woman. But when it goes to more so thoughts, they're more so entertaining and looking for that energy. Mm-hmm. Like, just like with the mainstay shit, like, your girl going to the club, that's not her being a bad B. That's her looking for it. She's at that point, she's looking for something.
Mm-hmm. And usually, like, that shit will come from women that are like strippers and stuff like that. Like, but like I said, like, if you're dating a stripper, you gotta understand what comes with it. And to me, it's just, we don't deal with that shit at all. Like, I don't just know, we're not cuffing no strippers. Like, you wanna have some fun with one for whatever you doing with her type shit, like, that's cool. Nah, I'm saying, but like, as far as taking them seriously, like, nah, cause then you get put in them positions where it's like, well, what the fuck did you expect, nigga? Like, you dating a stripper, like.
Exactly. And then that's why when things go left, cause now you really love this girl, you finna fight by her. Now, nigga pull up on her and try touching her, you gonna have a problem.
But same you can book her for a private dance. And you can't do nothing about it.
At all. So really, yeah, don't date strippers, bro. Don't date strippers, OnlyFans models, none of that shit. Nothing like that has to really do with other men. Like,
yeah, like they're like having to entertain and appease them for money. It just becomes like a slippery slope. And to me, it's not even a slippery slope. It's just you falling off a cliff if you used to cuff a girl like that.
Definitely, because you're gonna enter, like, even if you're okay with the Tyrese thing, like him and his girl, like, it be the disrespect like that. Like, basically, if you don't know what happened, Tyrese Gibson, that's his name, right? His wife, I'm pretty sure that was his wife.
I think it was his wife or his girlfriend at the time.
Definitely was wife/girlfriend. basically said she thought Paul Walker was more her type, and she wanted him instead of Tyrese. That's what she said. So and that disrespectful as fuck, like way out of line. Especially R.P. Paul Walker, man. But like that is the most disrespectful thing you can do, and it wasn't like he could like cut the video. The shit was live.
Facts.
So maybe it was for publicity, maybe. But I'm just saying, like that shit.
To me, knowing his track record, it seems like women just however he behaves, like women just find it easy to disrespect him and publicly at that, and to laugh about it and think it's funny. I don't know. It's certain dudes like that dealing with shit like that. It sets a bad precedent because dudes look up like, you know what I'm saying, Baby Boy, Fast and Furious, like niggas fuck with Tyrese, the music and all that shit, like niggas fuck with Tyrese, but we can't continue to fuck with you if you're allowing this behavior to keep happening. First you crying on fucking Instagram because his baby mama and shit, and it's like, bro, you a fucking man, bro. You need to have all your shit in order, bro. Like you need to be handling these women. I ain't saying beat their ass or nothing like that, but
he should have baby boy their ass.
Cut the fucking finances off, and you know what I'm saying. You set your standards. Have zero tolerance policy. Like it comes to you dealing with like BM stuff. Just tell her like look, we just gonna have a third party, and we gonna deal with each other through the third party now. And you know what I'm saying. You got hella lawyer money, like fucking, I don't know, move to another country is to stop paying child support. Like, dude, it's things you can do. You don't have to get on Instagram and fucking cry and look like a little bitch in front of the world.
Literally, because that shit is just so disrespectful. And I feel like it just makes people lose respect for you, man. Even if you don't care, I promise you it's going to start affecting you when, like, people in business don't want to fuck with you no more. Because, like, I don't know about y'all, man, but as Islanders, would you want to mess with somebody that you knew was a bitch, bro? Like, or knew, like, his woman, like, ran his whole life?
Hell no.
Like, to me, you're not trustworthy at that point.
I don't want to do business with him at all. If a nigga can't tell women no and he doesn't know how to deal with women, it's like dealing with a sloppy dude, you feel me?
Simple as that. Like, there got to be rules and regulations, like, simple as that. And on this journey, I feel like there's just no one right way to do everything. Like, everybody has their own process. Like, between me and you, bro, we don't have the same morning routine. Our routines are totally different. Mm-hmm. But yours works for you, mine works for me. Mm-hmm. So, on this journey, how important do you think it is to create your own routine?
I think it's very important because, like I said, like there's no one way to this shit. There's no exact science. Like it's science that can be applied to it. Like it's certain parameters as far as like consistency, hard work, and discipline, and taking action. You know what I'm saying? I think like those like four to, you know what I'm saying, however many pillars to success you want to have. I think those are like four good things, but it's like to go deeper into that, nobody can really have the exact same schedule, exact same plan. We all were literally dealt different cards from birth, and we gotta play our cards the best that we know how to do. And that, like, watching, learning from other people and picking up different things and innovating in yourself, like those is the ways to do it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to, like, and times change and all different types of things. So it's like, boom, Warren Buffett, he became a billionaire from investing, but he also became a billionaire from running insurance companies and taking that money and investing that money. And it's like, can someone follow that exact same formula today? Not exactly. Stuff is different. Times is different. If you have as far as like coming from nothing, you're not gonna be able to use that formula. You're gonna need some startup capital to start investing and start your insurance company and all that shit. So it's definitely very, very, very important to find your own way in this shit. Of course, you seek knowledge and get knowledge consistently. Like, keep learning. But when you start taking action, that's where your creativity comes into mind. Like, how you gonna do it?
Exactly. I love that. Cause like you said, like there's parameters, things you should do. We know like staying consistent, that just works with every single thing you want to do. Like if you're not consistent, it's not gonna work. But what we're trying to say is just cause you see somebody they got rich off real estate doesn't mean you need to get rich off real estate. Granted, if you have like a passion for real estate, I suggest you do it full heartedly. But if that's not your thing, don't try to force it. Like forcing stuff, it usually never works out in the right way. And that's just a key to life. Never force anything, even in relationships. Don't do that shit.
And like a lot of people do get rich off real estate, but even within that, it's different ways to do it. You got house flippers, you got people that got rentals, and you have people that just they're like buying and selling, or they're like agents and stuff that they get contracts to sell somebody else's house and things like that. So it's definitely multiple ways to do it. I think the richest people nowadays fall into mostly most of their wealth is coming from either being some type of engineer and they have like some type of software or some type of tech company, or real estate, you know what I'm saying? But there's so many avenues outside of that to get money, you know what I'm saying? To me, real estate just makes sense to get into once you're already established and have some capital. Like, yeah, you can start your entrepreneurship journey through it, but it's a lot easier when you do have that capital, you know what I'm saying? So you don't have to go through getting loans and stuff like that. But it's definitely can be a good add-on to your portfolio. You can still start with something else that you're actually passionate about. And sometimes you might have to eat shit and do something that you don't like for a while. Like the dude Prince Donnell, he's a good example. He always says he has insurance company actually himself, and he always says he does life insurance and taxes and stuff like that. He always says like, do I look like I'm passionate about life insurance and taxes? Like, no, but like I knew I was gonna get rich doing this shit, so I did this, and now he's investing and doing different stuff that he actually likes. So
that's very so true. But like it's still like to each his own. Whatever you think your path is, you gotta go for it. Cause I feel like, especially on social media, everybody be trying to tell you how to get rich nowadays.
Facts.
Like whether it's real estate, stocks, crypto, invest, like anything. What's that? Drop shit. Literally drop shipping. Like
there's so many different things.
So I feel like, and we just trying to say it's not just one thing, bro. Like don't ever think you have to do this or have to do this, or just cause this guy's doing this, you have to do it. No, bro. You can go any route you want to do. Mm-hmm. Just make sure you're consistent with it, bro.
Just make sure you're consistent. Make sure the biggest thing is provide value. Solve some type of problem, you know what I'm saying? Like, those is how you going to, like, build the most wealth, you know what I'm saying? Figure out how you can provide value to people and help people solve problems or make something easier for somebody, you know what I'm saying? Take those things and keep them in mind when you're coming down with your ideas and stuff. Cause everybody got $1 million idea, and you know what I'm saying? It's just about how you execute. Execution the biggest part, and understanding that I might have this plan, but it's not gonna be perfect. It's gonna be bumps in the road. I might lose some money here. I might have trouble finding this resource that I also need over here. And like just like when you fucking driving to work some days, like you might fucking wake up and it's fucking detour. You know what I'm saying? Like you going, I'm going back home. This is a fucking detour. I can't get to work. Like nah, you gonna find your way around and finagle that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you gotta do it when it comes to this business shit. So yeah, like trying to follow someone else's exact blueprint is not going to work. It's like no one, even Kobe, he still had to do certain things his own type of way. Like he had to be a better shooter than Mike was because the league that Kobe was growing up in called for him to be a little bit of a better shooter. And Kobe, he laid the groundwork. Like if you want to go to the NBA, as far as the consistency, the discipline, and the taking action, he laid that groundwork. But you're not gonna be Kobe. You can like Kobe so fucking much, but 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna be. And you see it like. The Kyries, the Jason Tatums, all the Devin Bookers, all the people that really love Kobe. They took some things from Kobe. They all doing little fadeaway shots and little different things, but they do it their own way.
Exactly. They took the core principles and added it to themselves. Like, take the work ethic. If you really want to be where like Kobe, take the work ethic from Kobe. Don't take his exact like fucking his dribble moves. Like that shit not gonna help you. It's not because you're not him. You can't do the same. Your body's different. Like it's like so. By saying that, I mean everybody is so different. You trying to be like somebody else when really you just need to be yourself. Like do what you think you need to do or do what you like to do.
Facts. And the biggest principles too, man. Like they're gonna come like the most you're gonna like when you're following somebody or you're watching a video on like somebody's success. The most part that you want to focus on is that in between space from like you don't want to really focus on what they was doing, their habits when they wasn't doing shit. You can focus a little bit on the habits when they already got money, but the biggest thing is that in between space when they was really going through their process and stuff like that. You want to focus on okay, what moves are they making, how are they working, how are their habits when they was still really grinding versus like when they already made it. So when you are like picking up stuff from other people, focus on like that in between space.
I like that. I never thought about that, but that's literally what you got to do. It's because it's the grind from like where they start to where LeBron started to where he is now. It was literally just hard work, all in the middle. Like
hard work, taking care of his body, and that's another thing. You want longevity in whatever you're doing. You gotta take care of your health. You know what I'm saying? You have to take care of your health, and LeBron shows that. Like we look at LeBron for like if. You can debate with an old head is he the GOAT all fucking day and night, but you can't say that this man wasn't consistent throughout like 20 plus years
That's
career.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? As much as he did play and putting the team on his back, especially with those fucking Cavs years, them fucking playoff runs in like the 2014, 2015, 2016, all that. Them fucking playoff runs when he was playing with fucking janitors on his team basically and shit and switching out his teammates every year, like, and still dominating the East, getting to the finals every year, like, made the fucking Raptors his bitch, like, for all those years, like that consistency. You don't need to know, his exact schedule, his exact diet, and his exact this and that. No, you just need to know this nigga was working hard every day. He was taking care of his body, and it showed.
It literally
excellence and greatness gonna show for itself.
It literally does, and if you can just take that one, consistency, if you can just apply that to whatever you're doing, you're gonna be good, bro. Simple as that. But no, and that's why it's so important to have your purpose over everything else. Simple as that. Cause once you really know your purpose, you're a different kind of person. Like you don't do the same things you used to do, man. Cause it doesn't align with your purpose. Like. That's why it's so important to figure it out. If you don't know your purpose, we gonna tell you. I'll give you a quick definition, bro. Just sit in the room, just think about your life, and it'll come to you.
Stare at the wall, take away all them fucking distractions and shit. You'll figure it out.
You'll figure that shit out.
Go outside, go. You know what I'm saying? Stay in nature and stay like how you like to say, stay in the real world for a while.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You'll find that shit.
Exactly. And so if your purpose is so important, it should be literally the main thing, the only thing you should be focusing on. Like fuck girls, fuck partying, fuck jacking your dick, bro. Like be so locked in to your purpose that like it literally is your life. I promise you that's what LeBron did, bro.
Facts, because you gotta think about it. Like LeBron, basketball literally became life for him, and you can see some different purpose layers beyond that for him that we'll probably like see visibly, like tangibly in the future and stuff. Like he has a school and all, like he does a lot as far as being a philanthropist, but you see how he really found what he liked through basketball, and I heard somebody say like, think about what you would do if like you didn't have to worry about getting money. That might lead you to finding that purpose too. Also,
I like that.
You take that thing, whatever you would do, and put it over everything else for a while. Like really focus on it. You know what I'm saying? Give it some time. Like give it time. Like your purpose deserves most of your time. To be honest, especially
Exactly. And especially like if you're a young guy, bro, you're not doing shit important any fucking way. Like I had to tell myself that like, bro, what are you doing that's so important that you can't work, bro? You might as well fucking work, bro. And I mean working on your purpose, like, cause ain't shit else to do, my nigga. Like, what are you gonna do? Stare at a fucking TV screen all day? That shit.
And it's like all the shit that you probably cared about once really don't mean shit from now to. Like, alright, boom. I know for most of us, when we was younger in elementary school, the WWE was the biggest fucking thing in the world for us.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Today, the nigga don't give 3 shits about the WWE, and that just shows you, like, or if you think about how, like, going through your senior year, how important prom was to you. That shit was so fucking important to you at that point in life. But now, even a couple months after prom, this shit didn't mean shit to you. It didn't matter at all. Your shoes and your suit probably just you either return to rental or it's just hanging up in your closet, catching dust, and it's gonna sit there for probably a few years, especially if it was a crazy color. I just know that from personal experience.
What color did you have?
I wore red and white on my senior year.
Red and white.
But like a red suit jacket. It's like when the fuck else?
I
that shit for one fucking day. It didn't matter the rest of my life. I think I gave it away to Goodwill or some shit. A few years ago, but. I went to prom damn near 8 years ago. It'll be this year, so that just tells you it really doesn't matter. And you got to think like how you were saying. I was just saying all that to add to how you were saying. Like you got to think about what are you doing with your time. Like, why aren't you working on your purpose at that moment?
Definitely. And I like how you said that. Work on things that's gonna matter in 5 years, bro. Like if what you're doing right now will not matter in 5 years, you probably shouldn't be doing it, bro. Simple as that. Like this shit gonna be around forever. Like,
exactly.
Like this is just like everything we do. Like YouTube,
digital real estate, right?
Hey, so this is shit that's gonna help us in the future. Us sitting around playing each other in Madden, seeing who the best Madden player is. That shit is not gonna matter in 5 years. We probably won't even remember doing this shit.
Fuck no, it won't, and it won't. It doesn't have no residual value over time. Like I feel like things like these episodes, the value people will get, especially in society, especially like how the West continues on how it's going. Like stuff like this is gold. This is like liquid gold with
literally
unlimited potential in terms of value, depending on how consistent we continue to be and stuff like that. Like fucking, like you said, we're sitting around playing a fucking game or some shit. We ain't streaming, we ain't recording or nothing. We ain't betting no money. We just
literally
like even if you are betting money, if it's less than $50, then you're not doing nothing. You probably like we've all the bet. We all done wasted at least 2 hours. Like boom, we done played one game of Madden, we lost, or then we paid up. Then we was like nah, run it back, and then we won our money back. So now we only think we lost his time at that point.
Exactly. Me personally, I mean back in my old days, I didn't lose in Madden though. I was like that. But see, that's the thing. Like I remember it, but like when I look back on it, it was a humongous waste of time. Cause think about all the energy you have to put into being good at these games.
Facts, exactly. But expect like my first year at Union, it was like so many like I guess wannabe hood niggas on the team. Like I don't know if niggas was really street or not, but niggas was literally acting like the game was life or death. Nigga, I was playing the game for money in that bitch. Older niggas on the team came on. I'm like, yeah, see, this is how you gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? You might not have nothing for the calf if you lose this game. Like, I'm like, look, this is not about to be my only source of income. But for a lot of niggas there, came from impoverished environments and shit, that literally was their only source of income is shooting dice and playing money for the game. So, like, yeah, it might have mattered more so in that moment. But even then today, the money that they did make or didn't make playing those games, that shit don't matter. Niggas is not even thinking about it.
Exactly. Like, they probably can't even tell you what they spent that money on, bro. I bet you it was some bullshit. Probably some weed or a backwood.
Something for a party.
Some lick. But simple as that. So try to do things that's going to matter in 5 years, bro. Or work on skills that's going to help you in 5 years. Like, you are going to the gym every day. In 5 years, you're going to thank yourself. Like, I try to think about that all the time. Like older me is going to thank younger me for all the work I put in, bro. Cause I can just chill. Like I'll be able to just to chill. Like when I hit 40, I'm chilling, bro. I'm not doing nothing I don't want to do. But like for the moment, it got to be stuff building up to that. And as a man, that's what you need to be thinking about, bro. You should be thinking about your future. Like women, their past matters. Man's their future matters. So you need to be thinking about your future and how you can better your future. Better your future for your kids, like for your future family, like. These are things you need to be thinking about. Because if not, you're going to end up like 40 years old, fucked up family, fucked up wife probably fucking the neighbor on some shit like your kids. Your daughter got an OnlyFans, my nigga.
Lord. And all because you ain't work on your purpose. And
literally.
That's like, and that's why I be saying, like at times, it's going to be a time in life where, yes, your purpose will have to come over top your family. Because you being successful in the future is going to be worth way more to them than a little bit of time that you might have to miss to work on that purpose now, you know?
Exactly. And you got to think, as a young guy, all you really got is time. That's all you got. You don't got money for real. Like, unless, like, you already did it. Like, then you shouldn't be watching us if you already fucking did it. But simple as that. Like, all you really have is time. We just waste it. We just use it like it's infinite. And that shit is not infinite. One day, we all got to die. That's that. We know that for certain. So, like, use your time wisely, man. And when it comes with that, and when we're talking about games and stuff, that's another reason why they're so, like, not important. Because every time you go on your phone or on YouTube playing a video game, you leave the real world. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by real world is this is the real world. Like this. Like, what we can touch, that's the real world.
Third dimensional.
Literally.
What's going on, right? The physical.
The physical, because once you enter the digital, everything's different. It's literally a different world. Because you can say pretty much whatever you want to online, and nothing's gonna happen to you unless you like 6ix9ine and start wilding. Then you might get touched. But
are you in that swarm shit? You seen that new show?
Nah.
It was like this crazy fan. She was holding people accountable for what they were saying about their favorite artists online. She was pulling up, laying that murder game down. That's all I'm gonna say. It's on Amazon for free though. If y'all wanna watch that shit.
Hey, somebody was telling me about it.
But realistically though, yeah, you're right. Like you can't say anything online, and you can get stuck in so many different worlds online, and you'll make, and even like say like me, I used to play fucking RuneScape when I was in like 4th, 5th grade. You know what I'm saying? RuneScape, you log on there like World of Warcraft, and literally it's a whole nother world that nobody in your house gives 3 fucks about. You know what I'm saying? My dad used to be like, "Why the fuck you still on that game? And who the fuck are you talking to on there?" And that's exactly how it is. You start to think like, "Oh, I got real connections." And it's like, nah, this is only about a game. If me and this person was chilling in real life, we probably have nothing to talk about besides this game right now. Mm-hmm. And that's how you gotta. That's why it's important to stay in the real world unless these digital things are. Use these digital things to your advantage. Like watch that jump, The Social Dilemma on Netflix. Like it shows you how these companies are using your attention and using the fact that you are programmed since birth to be a consumer, and they want your attention on these products so they can make money from your attention, because you seeing ads gives them value. Like they get value back from the people who are paying for you to see those ads.
Exactly. So that's why it's so important to stay in the real world. Because once you enter, just like World of Warcraft, any game like that, especially like games where it's like character, what's that shit?
Role
playing. Yeah. Bro, I don't know if you played this game. It was fucking like, it was, like it had penguins and shit, like anything with a character though.
Club Penguin?
Yeah. Club Penguin. I used to fuck with that shit heavy.
Same type vibes, like it ain't mystical shit, but it's still like it's a MMO RPG, so it's that's like massive multiplayer online, and there's other people in there, and like those games can be seem like fun because you're getting so much dopamine from it every time you click or you get a kill or you get this new thing or you visit this new area, you do this quest or you do this, and you're doing it with your in-game friends and your homies, or you fucking in RuneScape, you going to the fucking party room and you trying to get some fucking free coins and shit for stepping on balloons, and every time you step on one, the object pops up, oh, dopamine, and get a kill, the object pops up on the floor, oh, dopamine. And those things will you waste so much of your life fucking with this shit. That's why I'm glad I got out that shit at a young age. Like once I got to middle school, it was like, oh, there's girls here. I'm not fucking with everybody else playing roller skate with. Like they all fucking turned into some geeky nerds type niggas, and we weren't friends no more. It's like I see some of those same dudes in like all throughout high school, just even like now in life, and it's like I walk right past them because we didn't have nothing else in common besides we was fucking playing RuneScape.
That is facts. That is facts. And no, I'm glad you brought that point up, cause there's also like no weird shit, but like it be the fact that I feel like some people go down that road cause they can't get girls. Cause you know they be saying there's girls on these games and shit too. Like niggas. Well, this is speaking for myself and personally. I used to get lit, be like, damn, I just met this girl on fucking whatever fucking. Well, let's just say Club Penguin. I just met this girl. Well, she says she a girl. I just met this girl on Club Penguin. Man, we texting and stuff like back when like Kick was a thing and shit. It's like you get so focused on the game, you're not getting girls in real life, like, or doing shit in real life, and that shit is one of the worst things you can do. I feel like that's how people like get fucked up and start doing bad shit, like not gonna say thing, but like shooting shit, like doing crazy ass shit, cause shit like that, like you're so into a game, like you haven't been in the real world, like you spend more time in the game than you do in the real world. Think about it, if you go home after working a 9 to 5 or whatever, hopefully you got one of those, hopefully, but like imagine that's all you do, it's just be in that fake world.
And you will be so mad while you're at work. Oh, you hate your job, you hate your life. It's the same thing as it's the same thing, but a little bit worse. Cause at least if you like, I'm thinking about the type of person, boom, they work all week, then Friday, Saturday, they blow their money in the fucking club and shit.
Yeah.
Like, if you are living for the weekend, or if you're living to get off work and to go into another world, you're fucking up, because now you're literally becoming this shit. What is that shit? In the Matrix, you know when bro got out the Matrix and then he was in like that pod and shit.
Yeah,
and he's just giving energy to the shit. Like literally, that's what you become. Because now, what, you go to work, you're doing some robotic ass job, making somebody else get rich, and then you go home and you're not doing robotic stuff on the game, but you're still feeding something. You're giving something else energy, and that's all you do with your time. You know what I'm saying? All you do with your time.
Definitely give out energy. That's horrible. That you're literally not putting none of that energy back to make yourself better. So really, your situation will never change.
And your body is probably, you're gonna just deteriorate because you're not using it. If you're sitting down all day is not good. Like that's why, like me, ideally, I want like a standing desk. Like when I got like bigger crib and more like office space and stuff. Give me a nice standing desk so I can stand up and do my work. Like sitting all day is not good for your hip mobility and all that shit. And you definitely ain't burning no fucking calories clicking. And you're not getting no relax. All you fuckers say, oh, I'm just playing a game and relax. Like, no, your brain active than a motherfucker. Probably more active than it is in real life when you're playing those games. Because so many neurons to be good. Like how you were saying, like the time it takes to be good in the game. Like just to even still play good is so many things going off in your head, your hand-eye coordination and all that stuff.
Definitely, like that shit becomes a muscle memory for real. Like, nah, and just to tap in about bodies, like, and when you're doing that shit, there's no way you have a good body. Either it's gonna be one or the other. You're gonna be oddly skinny, which is still not good, or you're gonna be fat.
Skinny fat.
Or skin. That's probably the worst one. Skinny fat, you got too much shit going on, bro.
Skinny fat is the hardest one to get out of. It's like you're not just clearly fat, but you're like, if you have those skinny limbs or skinny out your body, maybe a little man boobies, but a lot of like visceral fat in your stomach area, that's gonna be hard to lose. Exactly,
because you gotta have a crazy workout plan, because you're so weak. Like at least like when you're all around bigger, you got more muscle. Like and like it's easy to convert that into muscle. When you skinny fat, it's like you still weak as fuck, and you still like look bad too. So it's like pick a problem, nigga. Like goddamn.
Facts. And all that sitting there, all that chilling. Like now you're not getting your workouts in. Like. We just want y'all to stay in the real world so y'all can be the best version of yourselves, man.
Literally, that's all we really want. Like I didn't even mean to call y'all fat, skinny, fat for real. like, I just want y'all to know me be better. like,
if you skinny fat, you need to work on that shit today, though, my nigga.
For real, for
You
real.
need that time. You need to work on that shit yesterday.
And boom, that is it for today's video, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, leave a comment. We love to hear from y'all. If we said anything that made y'all mad, let us know.
Yeah, let us know, man. If we want to debate, we can debate, man. Hit me personal though, cause I be seeing niggas comment. Like I don't even want to respond to like some of the bullshit. It mostly be on the shorts though. It don't be on like the long form. Like I know the shorts they can get taken out of context sometimes, but it's all good. We here to learn just like y'all, man. We just here to share our experience and show some love to the world, get some love back, you know.
Literally, that's all we trying to do. Spread the knowledge, spread the love, cause we love y'all. We really do. But y'all gotta be better, just like us.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Simple as that, man. We out there.
Love y'all.